Hey peoples, this is another movie review of The Gentleman. And plain and simple, this is the best movie I've seen this year. And I know that's not saying much because it's only February, but I just really enjoyed this movie. And I bet you it's going to end up on my top 10 list of movies for 2020. For me, this movie was pretty much perfection. I had fun with every single aspect of it. I loved everything about it. The writing, the directing, the acting, the characters, the story, every single thing in this movie I loved. It's not necessarily an original story. This is a type of story we've seen many times before. It's just the way it's presented. It's very stylistic, it's engaging, and it sucks you into the movie instantly. Basically, Matthew McConaughey's character has built this giant marijuana industry, and at this time in his life, he wants to sell it off and retire. And that presents some problems. There are certain people that want to buy his industry and he turns them down, and there are certain things that happen and he has to take matters into his own hands, and also he has a right-hand man that is helping him during certain situations. But that's pretty much the main story of the movie. There are other side stories that do blend into the main story and they're interwoven perfectly, and this movie is pretty much presented in a story format, as in someone telling us a story, not like a just regular movie with a story. And the way the movie decides to share that story is very unique. They have fun with the size of the screen, they zoom in and the actual screen will change shape for the audience. There is even a full scene that they show from the view of a laptop, and the way they do it is just creative. I really enjoyed the writing of this film. Like I said, it's pretty much perfection for me. They just do a great job of telling each individual story and trying to tell it clearly so the audience understands. Now, I will say that there are a lot of characters in this film, and though I enjoyed every single one of them and all of the actors do a fantastic job, I can see how some viewers might get a little bit confused as to who is who. But the movie does a good job of naming its characters. It's not simplistic names like Bob, Joe, Bill, Karen, Laura, stuff like that. They have over-the-top names to try to make them stick inside the viewer's mind, so they're like, okay, that's that person and that's that person, just to make it easier for you to keep up with the storyline of who's who. But even then, there are a lot of characters and I can see some people getting lost. But other than that small negative, everything else runs pretty smooth with this movie. I really enjoyed the comedy. Every single joke hits. Every single situation that's supposed to be humorous is humorous. There's nothing that feels forced or out of place. I like that every single character feels real. And this goes for secondary characters as well, and even characters underneath them. Everybody has a specific personality. No one seems like a shallow, one-dimensional character. Everyone feels like a real person, and I really enjoyed that part of the film. But that's all I pretty much want to say. I could dive into the storylines, but I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't want to spoil anything. There are a lot of twists and turns and reveals and characters and surprises and fun moments, and they throw everything in this world, and I fully enjoyed it, and I hope you go out to see this movie if you haven't seen it. Please, 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 please go out to support this movie. We need more movies like this. We need more original films. We need something that's not a reboot, not a remake, just a fun, well-written movie. I wish this movie came out later in the year so more people would go watch it, maybe around the same time that Knives Out came out last year. I'm not sure when that was, but I wish this movie would have came out at that time this year because it feels like it's in that same vein, like a little niche small movie that's really well written and not necessarily breaking the mold, but taking that genre and just having fun with it. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. That's all I have to say. Please go see this movie. Please, please, please. It is amazing. But that's all, peoples. Thank you for listening. Please continue to have a great day. God bless. I'll talk to you later.